we driving right now?
We're driving in what's currently county property, so it's between Lodi and Stockton. It doesn't fall within the city limits of either Lodi or Stockton. We got Rick James in the background. That's where we are right now. We're headed to an event called Restore the Delta. I think it's Wednesday, August 25th. I had to look down at my watch because sometimes you lose track of days when you're on the trail. Restore the Delta, which is probably more pertinent to today, is, I believe, a licensed nonprofit entity that aims to protect the infrastructure surrounding the Delta, the water rights associated with it, and the agricultural way of life that is so critical to this area. A couple of days ago on Monday, we actually put a full-page ad in the newspaper, and water rights loomed pretty large in that piece, and it was our first ad by the race, but it also was kind of the first marker we put down in the race, was that our active approach on this issue stands in contrast to our opponents' inactivity and passivity. So those are big differences. Got off the phone not too long ago with a friend of ours, Bruce Fry, who said they're starting the harvest tonight off Armstrong and West Lane. They're harvesting what I think is Sauvignon Blanc. So the grape harvest has commenced. We're going to an event tonight, and it should be pretty fun.
Talk a little about what are the water issues facing the valley and the district?
Well, there are a lot of issues that are coinciding, and this is a leadership moment for this community. And we talk about the leadership moment as this community needing a seat at the table, and I often say that's not just an academic argument. It has real effect on the hardship that people are facing here. In this part of the district, in fact, we're headed south right now into the heart of Stockton. There's a near 20% unemployment rate. And the University of Pacific, which is one of the prized assets of this community, just released a study that said if a peripheral canal were built, i.e. if water rights were disrupted or neglected, even more so in this community, a catastrophic job loss would result to the tune of 13,000 jobs overnight. It's a big issue. Frankly, there are those who would pretend to say that our agricultural way of life is going to fall by the wayside or is inevitably doomed to decline. I'm not one of those naysayers. I'm a big believer that agriculture is part of the DNA of this community. It's part of my family's DNA. In fact, we've been growing, longer than I've been alive, my family's been growing wine grapes in the Lodi area. I got a grandfather who's 97 years old and kind of like an Iron Man. He's in Delano and he grows pistachios and raisins and walnuts. Not almonds, he grows almonds. I know that distinction is pretty important. It seems immaterial to those outside the valley, but it's a pretty big distinction. So we're actually now to the right. I know you can't see this. It's out of the shot of the camera is Ronald McNair High School, which is a high school that came online after I finished at Tokay. Many of the students who now go to Ron McNair would have been in the Tokay service area or pulling population. Right now we're on West Lane. We're heading south. It's just another day in the district.